So the first car that kind of drew my eye was this Lexus LFA, possibly one of my favourite cars in the whole world. I've been in this car a couple of times and it's amazing. It's just, there are no words. Over here as well, we've got a cardboard IS that was used, I think, in a motor show, but it does actually drive. It's just all just laser cut cardboard, which is very, very cool. Yeah, I don't want to break those. This is a Toyota AE86, so this is basically a race car. It's a replica of the car that was in the 1990s British Touring Car Championship, and it looks incredible. It's a replica, but it'll drive like the original, so that's very cool. Over here though is where all the interesting stuff is. So this is the heritage fleet. This is Toyota's collection of old cars that have been used in TV and films, but also just their old cars that are important to them. So you've got the first gen Prius here, which is actually quite an interesting car. Toyota AE86, very cool car, driven it a few times, makes the most ridiculous noise. You just can't believe it's making the noise from such a small little car. Mega car, and it's basically the granddad to the GT86. This should be a familiar car, I can't believe I'm next to it. It's the Toyota Hilux that went to, I don't know if it was a north or south pole, went to a pole, very cool, with TopGear. So it's got these massive tyres, dread to think what they cost. It's also got a gun rack on the back and lighting and stuff inside for Jeremy and James when they did their huge drive. So yeah, that's mega. First gen RAV, very cool. Bit muddy, but understandable really, it's a 4x4. Second gen Prius. Over here, third gen MR2. Basically, this is one of the best kept cars in here. It's absolutely mint. Again, driven it a few times. Compared to my MX-5, yeah, it feels a bit trickier. Mid-engine definitely changes things. At the back, we've then got Toyota IQ. Then you've got Mark III MR2, Mark 1 MR2. Then this looks like quite a normal car, but it's the Carina E. So this was the first car that Toyota produced in the UK, and I think E stands for Excellence in Europe, that's what I was told. And over here, this is the first Lexus that came to Europe. This is the original Lexus LS, and this was the one that was in the motor show in, I think, 89 or 90, I can't remember exactly. But this is, yeah, the very first Lexus that ever came to Europe. So this car effectively, you know, gave birth to all the other cars and Lexuses in here. Next to the LS is the ISF, so the dad of the RCF, the current big V8 Lexus. This is the first F car, so 5 litre V8, I think 400 and something horsepower. Very cool car, rivaled kind of M3. And then lastly, we've got this. This is the Aygo Crazy. It's basically Toyota Aygo at the front, sort of, ignore this, and then MR2 at the back. So it's got turbocharged, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, it's got racing seats, a huge rear wing, just looks absolutely nuts. There's only one in existence, this is the only one, and I think they put about £100,000 into it to get it finished and to get it into this ridiculous thing you see in front of us. It's got a Sparco steering wheel and a roll cage in an Aygo. Now I've got the choice. Which one do I drive? This is the Aygo Crazy, and it is absolutely nuts. This is basically a 100 grand car. It's a one-off. There's only one in the world, and it's got the whole back end from an MR2. So it's everything I see in here, apart from this Sparco steering wheel and the roll cage, which is mad, is Toyota Aygo. So we've got, you know, air conditioning. We've got a radio. Not that I'd be able to hear anything that's happening. The clutch is so heavy. It's a racing clutch. The brakes, they've got no power assistance whatsoever. And it's rear wheel drive, and it started to rain as soon as we left. It's just crazy. It's so hot in here and so loud because the engine is behind my seat. I'm just baking. I shouldn't have worn a jumper. A big fluffy jumper was not a good decision today. The steering at manoeuvring speeds is so heavy. Once you get moving though, it's absolutely fine. It just feels like a non-power assisted steering rack, but it's, yeah. Moving around in a car park and trying to turn around to get all the shots we needed is tricky. One thing I have noticed, people are very confused by this car, and it's quite noisy. So I'm getting some funny looks. I'm getting some appreciative smiles, and some other people that look at me and obviously have no idea what it is, and they just see me driving a Toyota with some body kit on it. That's probably what they think. As an experience, this is good fun, but put it this way, I think if they sold it, I don't know how many they'd sell. But what a machine! What a great project. Let's hope they do something with the new Aygo as well. LFA engine maybe, that'd be good. This is the Mark 1 MR2, and it is such a joy to drive. It's got a 1600cc engine and about 130 horsepower, and it's an engine that was breathed on by Yamaha, I've been told. So which is, well, that's kind of code. That's the same thing they did to the LFA. So Yamaha did their magic with it, and it's just hilarious. It's not very quick. But it's just good fun. It makes a good noise. It's not scary at all. The steering's really light, the brakes are easy, the clutch is so light as well. It's just hilarious. I want one of these so much. It seems so much less serious as well than the third MR2, and even the second. It's just a doddle. Yeah, I could do with one of these. This is good fun. Our time at Toyota might have been brief, but what incredible cars. I just hope that maybe next time they'll give me the keys to the LFA. I'm trustworthy, honest.